So I just started the recording. So welcome back to our session again, guys. And today what we are going to discuss. So now this is what our agenda. So now we have been done the quick review on whatever the previous 5 sessions we have been done. So the quick reviews we have been done over here. And now what is our plan of action for this particular thing is, so here we will start with get request. So how to create the get automation and post request automation and put automation and then delete automation with rest assured. So this is what we are going to do now. Okay, so now let's see how easy it is to do it with the rest assured. So now what I'll try to do, I'll go back here. This is the project which we have been done earlier. So I'll go to this particular project. So something I need to comment or any errors in this file. Okay, now getting back to this, this is our package. Now I'll create one particular class file. So now here I'll be writing it as rest assured with the BDD style. So okay, so now I'll create this particular package or a particular class. Sorry, I created the class. Okay, now as soon as I have been created this particular class, I just wanted to import a few imports, right? I just take this one. See, these two are things for the test ng. So for doing the accession and then for using the @test annotation. And this is for the JSON path. However, I'll not use the JSON path so that I don't require that particular imports. I will be using the rest assured and then Hamchester, the accessions, which I'll be using it. Okay, so for that the reason, I'll copy these particular things over here and I'll paste it. This is what my inputs. Okay, now coming back, @test means this is what my test case which I wanted to define. Means usually to execute in the in Java we will be having the main method, right? We will not have the main method if you are using the test ng. So @test will consider as an individual test case to execute that. So now what I need to write, I need to write a method over here. So now public void. So the method name, what I wanted to give it is, this is to test the get method, right? So that's the reason always the method name should start with small, and this is what the get test get request. Okay, so now we have been use the get request. Now here, this is what my definition of this. Okay, what is a mistake here? I given the public spelling wrong. Okay, public. So now my test case is ready. So now what I wanted to do here, I'll write that SYSO control space bar. Here I'll be giving that boss my get request test case is ready. So now that's it. Okay, control G. So that's it. So if I'm using shortcut key F12. So now if I execute this one, wow, it executed. So it was printing me what I wanted. Excellent. Now what the first thing I wanted to do? So now what I wanted to do, I wanted to first create the base URI. So base URI is nothing but this parameter. Every time there is not required for you to define the particular URL every time. So once you given this particular URL, so this will take all, means every time this URL can be taken care. So now this is what our fake APIs, right? All my fake APIs will start with this localhost colon 3000. So as this is deployed in my local machine, it was coming it as localhost, and which port number it has been using, its 3000 port number it was trying to use it. And slash post slash comment slash profiles, these are my endpoints. Okay, now let's take this one. So this is as my base URI. I went over here and then I'll go here and I've given the base URI equal to this. Now all these particular base URI is coming from rest assured this particular package. I'm getting it. Okay, so now wherever I have defined it as a base URI, so whatever the request which I'm giving it, it will append with this one. So let's see how it will happen. So now what I wanted to do, I want to do it with a small basic get, right? So now, so when you are trying to use it, so get So as soon as you have been getting, always use the control space bar, so you can get the exact things. So now in this particular get request, I need to pass the URL of this one. So now what is this URL? Now how we have been tested here. So now I wanted to get means I just use get and slash post, means the complete URL I need to use it. But now as this is the URL and slash post is the thing. So guys, always everyone will do this mistake. Don't give the slash over here. Remove this particular slash, because that slash and this slash will make double slashes where it will throws you the error. So always be careful that. Okay. Now what we need to do it. Yep.
Sorry, Chris. I have missed last class. Did you tell what difference between URI and URL?
No, I'll tell that one later. I
Okay.
didn't inform that data.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so now this is what, so now as we wanted to test, means we wanted to do the get request, right? So now we wanted to pass with the get request. So when we are trying to use this particular get request, so now this is the URL I was trying to give, and as soon as I click this one, it will send the request and get the response. Okay, now how easy it is in rest assured, you see it. So now I passed my base URI and I have been given my get request, and here what I wanted to do, I have given after this means get, and then where I'll be using my result, means after getting this particular request, what I would be having it, what is my status code. My status code should be 200, and then I wanted to see the complete log to be print into my system, print into my console. So for printing that one, we do have the method log. So log dot all, boss, you print all, you don't keep anything pending. So that's what I'm saying it. And after this one, I'll say that I'll write SYSO, and in this one I'll say writing that, dude, you are awesome. Okay, excellent. Now you see it. So we have been written it right. Now just control F11. You see how easily it was printing it. So now let's see. Oh, it's already done. Now let's compare with the console. What are the things that happen? So now first, boss, get my request. I'm saying that, boss, my get request test case is ready. So I said it is ready. And after this one, so now we set the base URI, and then as soon as you have been used this particular get request, okay, so this method, what it will try to do is it will take that particular path, which one it has to take the path, and then it will hit that and get the response. If you see here, that is what it was saying, that, boss, it is an HTTP request and the status we got it as 200. And these are the request and response headers. So you remember, right? So in this one, so you will be having the, as soon as you click this one, you will get the response headers, right? So these all response headers, you see, these all response headers you will be having here. Same response headers, the response headers. So now this is the date. So when the date we are having it, and the connection. So connection keep alive, and then alive time. So and this, sorry, how much time you wanted to have it. So timeout here you'll have it. So content type, content length, expires. These all parameters you'll get it. So as this is a response, so now it was saying that, boss, this is a HTTP response, you got it, and then 200 is a status code, you got it, and it is okay. Okay means success, not okay means not success. So now you got the success here. So now you got, see, now with this only one step, with only this one step, get request, you have been given this, so it has been done, and then it will give you this. So now if you, even these all things are next, it is not even required for this. So this, just we are validating for our own self, right? So if you have been commented this all, okay, and then if you have been kept this one also, this will execute, and then it will brings me the program. See, now it has been done, it executed. Now I need the complete details. See now, as this has been get that particular response, now I wanted to see that particular response values, right? So that's the reason. So I'm keeping these particular things, boss. Now once you have been requested, then means then you got the result, right? Then the status code should be 200, and print all the logs. So now for an example, if I have been given the status code, if I wanted to verify this one with a 400, that's a client side errors. But still, if I clicked on this one, then if I try to execute on this one, you see what it happens. See, now what it will try to say that it succeeded. But what it happened is originally it got success 200, but you have been given it 400. So this assertion has been failed. Excellent, right? So it was taking care of this. So now what I'll try to do, I'll keep 200, and then as soon as I click this one, so now it executes that, and as soon as it executed, it printed me when I given the log status, log all, it will print me and then gives me the complete response of this. Now what we have been done here, I just selected this, and as soon as I click this, hello. I'm sorry, guys. I have a power cut, so that's the reason it was dropped suddenly. I'm sorry for that.
No problem.
Okay, fine. I don't know where, yeah, see, this is what we have been done. So now as soon as we have been click the request, means the get, so how we got the response body, and then how we got the response header, even in the automation also, we did the same. So with the 3 lines of code, we have been achieved this. So that's the beauty of rest assured. So just get, and then, and the status code you need to validate with this, and then log all means print whatever the things you wanted to have it. So we have been got this. Now I wanted to do some assertion also, boss. What means, see, now I see, now by this one I understand that you are able to get me the response, and you are able to give me the status codes, and these all validations are done. These things are perfectly fine, but I wanted to validate these particular values. So how should I have to validate these values? So now last time we have been discussed, right, how to fetch these particular values. So just copy these particular values, and then we do have a tool called, means we do have 2 tools. So one is Json Pathfinder. We wanted to go that. So Json Pathfinder. So we can go for that particular tool, click on this particular tool, and it's very simple. Just to delete this all, so paste this and click the beautify on this. Now you see the data was populated here. Now if you see here, overall I have 9 records. So now if you have the 6, means whatever the value we wanted to fetch it out. For an example, Sampurneshwar Babu, so I wanted to get the burning star. So now I wanted to give that, so just I need to click on this, I'll get that particular path. I need to copy this particular path and then put it over there, and I can fetch the values. Let's do that particular assertion. So now in this particular assertion, how we can do that one is, so now here we do have it, right? So after this one, so I can remove this and come back here. I can keep that, and I'll be trying to have the body of this one. So in the body, what value you wanted to do the assertion? I wanted to do the value for this particular thing. So which I have been, means I wanted to validate the burning star. So in this particular node, I wanted to validate this one, right? So remember guys, you shouldn't take this value. So from here you should take this. Okay, so from which, so you remember, right? So whenever it starts from the square braces, so the square braces will talks about the arrays, and when it talks about the flower braces, it is objects. We have been seen in the JSON files when we are creating it. So now here you see this is array, in this array one object, in this array one object. Now in this particular array, so these all are objects. Okay, so now that's how it has been classified here, and it gives the data, means the path identifier. So just I need to copy this particular path. So now what the value I wanted to get it, so I need to have the burning star. So now I will take this one and I'll go here and I'll keep this value over here to fetch this. And here, now what is the value I wanted to do it, to do the comparison? So now this is the value I'll be fetching it out, and this is what your expected value, and then this is what your actual value. So this is what your expected value, and this is what your actual value, which you'll be getting for this one. So now, so once you got this, So you wanted to do the assertion, right? So for doing this particular assertion, so this value you wanted to assert it directly, you can't give this one. So for this one, you need to use one method called equal to method. But we know that if I wanted to compare two values, I'll be using that equal to method, right? So control space bar if you given it, so you can see that the method is this particular method from where it was coming. So it was coming from matcher. So matcher is nothing but it is a ham crust matches. So okay, boss, what is this particular ham crust? Guys, I'll not get into the details of that one, but I'll give you a high level view what you meant by ham crust and then how it will be useful for us. See, ham crust is a framework. It is used to assert the values. Boss, I have my test ng assertions, I can use that one. You can use that one, boss. None of the people is stopping you to use that, but it would be much more easier if you learn this ham crust library and the framework, because it was tightly integrated with the rest assured. If you know the methods to use it, it is very simple to use that. So hamcrest is an framework which it will allow you to compare the values, compare the matching patterns. So now if you see here, this is the direct site for this one. Okay, I'm not able to access this. I don't know why. Guys, you're able to hear me, right? Yes.
Yes,
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 Chris.
yes,
Okay,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
cool. So
yes.
now this is what our Java documentation for this particular ham crest. In this particular ham crest, we have these all methods. All methods I don't require, but because I gone through these all methods, and what I have did is I filtered which are required for the API automation. So those things I have been kept over here. Okay, and if you wanted to read through the complete Hamchester library, so you can have the tutorial also here. So this is the tutorial link which we do have it, so you can use this tutorial link here. And if not, if means directly what are the things we can use it over here, we can see it here. If I wanted to compare the two texts, so then I'll be using the equal to method. What it will do, the text objects equality of the equal method means it will check this value and this value is equal or not. So that is what the equal to method will do it. And ease method, it is just a ease of use, means it does the same thing. So whatever the equal to method do, the same thing will be done by the ease method also. And next methods, you see the names. By seeing the name itself, you can understand. Equal to, ignore the case, means if it is uppercase lowercase, don't bother about the case bus. You just compare whether the value is same or not. It doesn't matter if it is a higher, means it's a uppercase or lowercase. So that's a method here. And equal to, ignore white spaces. So this will ignore your white spaces, means it will trim your value and then it will use this method. And contain string, so whether this particular value is present in your string or not. And then ends with, starts with, means your particular value starts with this value or not, ends with this particular value or not. So like this, these are the methods that are available in the text. And objects, the most important thing here we need to know is as item, means your particular array have this particular item or not. So these are the things which we wanted to validate. Okay, now we have been seeing what is Hamcluster framework. We not into the detail, but what it exactly does, we understand that. Okay, now going back to here, now I need to import that one, right? So this is what we have to import. So org.hamcrest.matches.star. So we have been imported this one. So now once we have been imported here, now I wanted to use this particular equal to method. So the equal to method is to compare that particular value. Now what are the value I wanted to compare here? I wanted to compare this particular guy. So burning star, I wanted to compare that. So now let's see star. Okay, so now if I start to execute this one, some error is there. What is that particular error? Semicolon. So I need to use this one. So now as soon as I clicked it, see now what it happened, you see. So get, it has been get that, validated the status code, and it had printed the complete thing, and then it was saying that you're awesome. So now if I given something wrong value, now let's see how it will work. See, it failed because what it was happening, we will see. See, actual value is burning star, but the expected value which you have been passed like this. So this string and this string is not matched. So as this string is not matched, so this it got been failed. That's it. How simple is this? So now if I given this one, it will work. And still I wanted to do some more things also. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to do another thing. I'll use and. And why and you are trying to use it? Because I wanted to do multiple assertions. Now what I'll try to do, I'll keep one more thing and one more body also. So now in this particular body, now what I'll try to do, I'll try to use, I'll go to my, once again, this one. So I wanted to get the ID. Okay, ID equal to means 11. Okay, or else what are the, in out of all IDs, whether I have 12 in my IDs or 11, 13 in my IDs, we will check it. So now what I'll try to do, I'll keep my IDs. So as soon as I keep the ID means it will gives me the complete list of IDs in that particular JSON, response. Now what I wanted to validate is, so I'll be using that has method. So in the has item, I'll say that whether you have 13 in this one or not. Okay, so now if you see here, what I try to show you to is, I'm trying to show you the multiple assertions, how we can do it. With the multiple assertions, we are using the and method, we are trying to use it. And here we are trying to use the matchers method, and then equal to method and has item method. So this is what I wanted to show it to you. So now if you see and control F11, it started doing the execution and it printed, and these all assertions are passed. So now we will do, I don't want the past session. So 18. So do you think that we have 18 in our response? 14, 11, 13, 12, 11. The only these values are there. 18 is not there. So now what it has to do? It need to be failed for us. Let's see what it will happen. So now we have been executed. See, now it has been failed as expected. If you see here, what is there means as soon as I fetch for the IDs, what are the IDs I'll be getting it? 2, 3, 1, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14. So now if you see here, the same thing, 14, 13, 12, the 11, 8, 7, 6, 11, 3, we have these all, but 18 is not there. But I have been given the 18. That's the reason it failed. So now I'll keep this one as 13. So now rather than that, I'll do another thing also. So now I'll just try to paste it on a multiple assertion. I just wanted to see it. Okay, now what this assertion is, I wanted to have some titles, right? So now this is what the title we wanted to have. So now I'll go back here. I'll give the title. Now what title you wanted to have, I'll wanted to give something. Okay, we got the megastar, right? Let's check. So whether we have megastar in our list or not. So now I'll just execute this. See, now it shouldn't throw any error because it was megastar was in our list. So now here is the megastar. We got it. Now I wanted megastars. I have been given it. So now it should fail. So now we will see whether it has been working properly or not. So if you see here how simple it is, the collection is having superstar, superstar, megastar, power star, stylish star, mega power star, burning star, and all other things are there. But megastars was not there. So now what we wanted to do in this one, so we have been removed this, and if you've seen it, it executed and it gives result back. See, that is that much of ease is easy for doing the automation. You know, it is very difficult to do the manual testing. If you know this one, just writing the script, how much time it would take in? And is, you tell me, is it difficult, guys, writing a get request and then the status code verification and the body verifications and all? So now if you don't want to verify, print the body, just you can remove this one. So that's it. So it will be there. Writing and maintaining of this one is very easy. And for this one, we will be writing some more generic methods and functions. It made our life much more easier. See, now if you wanted to print that one, see, now it was not printing my logs. So if I wanted to print my logs, so just I'll be adding this one and then executing it. So this is how we will write it. So when I executed, means when I executed this, then I'll be getting this all. Okay, if you wanted, what you can do is, I didn't understand, means I didn't use it properly, means if you feel, if you're feeling that, so you can use that when dot get. Okay, control Z, and see, this is how you can write it. Means I told you, right? So when saying that it is trying to perform some action, when I'm trying to get this particular request, then the status code should get 200 and my body should have this value, and then compared to this value, these are my expected values. This is how I'll be writing my test case, right? So I'll be comparing all my values. See, now I'm trying to validate my values and everything would be compared over here. So this is how I'll compare, do the accession with the help of Hamcrest library, include means with the includes with the rest assured. So this is how I'll be writing for a get request. Now tell me, is it really difficult to understand how this particular get request is working on? So if you are attended for the previous sessions, probably definitely it would be understand by you. But if you're missing the last sessions, it would be a little bit challenging, but yeah. So if you see here, this is how we are able to get the get request. Now let's see for the post request. So I'll copy this and then I'll try to use this one here for the post now. So now what we are trying to do, we wanted to do it for post. Okay, so now when we are trying to do for the post request, okay, so now I'm trying to do the post. Now this is what my base URI. I'll not touch this particular base URI and I don't want to use it. When you're trying to do the post request here manually, how you are trying to do, you will come here, you give the post request and you will come here, and what you will try to do, you will be giving your body, right? So you give your body, and in this particular body you are trying to give this, right? Then only this particular record will be inserted into the system or into the server, right? So now this body you need to give it where and how you wanted to give the body. For this one, what we need to do is in Maven repository, we do have many plugins for this one. So the easiest plugin to have this one is Json Simple. So Json Simple is from Google. There are many plugins are there. You can use many things, but it is very easy if you go with the Json Simple. So if you see here, so this is what the Json Simple method, the Json Simple plugin. So this is from the Google. Okay, so this guy has been provided for this one. So now as simple as that, you just click on this, go to this, that's the latest version, copy this particular dependency. Okay, copy this dependency, go to your Eclipse, come to your pom.xml file. In the pom.xml file, paste that one and then give the right click and then give the update the project. So now come here, Maven, and update the project. So done. So now I pasted my dependency here and then it updated. Now I have that particular capability of creating this one. So now what I'll try to do, I'll go to this particular here. Now I need to enter that particular data, right? It is as simple as this. Now I have a class called JSON object class. I'm trying to give, so now I'm trying to pass this one as a request or response. This is in the request body, I'm trying to pass this one. So now as usual, so here I'm creating the object. So now, so you understood, right? So here, this is what the constructor, see, this is a class name, this is the constructor, and I created an object of request. And let's see what are the methods that are available in this. Now actually this object will extends the hash map. Hope you guys remember what you meant by hash map and how we load the values into the hash map. Hope means all, if you are extending the hash map means whatever the methods are available in the hash map can be accessed by the JSON object. Now what I'll try to do it over here, I'll take this particular request, and into this particular request dot, what I wanted to do, put. So where is this put method is coming from? If you see here, hash map. So now if you click here, I wanted to give the key pair value. What is the key pair value I wanted to pass it here? If you go here, boss, I wanted to pass this value, boss. So I'll go here, I'll pass it here. And then I wanted to pass the value. So I'll take this particular value, I'll come over here. Okay, I'll do, means I need to pass 3 values, right? So one is ID, next one is title. So next one is the author. Okay. So now what I'll try to do. So now I need to give the values, right? So now till 14 it was there, right? Now I'll start to enter from the 15. I wanted to enter the value. And what is the title you wanted to give? I wanted to give a rebel star. Okay, so now who is our rebel star? So I'll be giving it like none other than Prabhas. Okay, so we have been given this. So now what I wanted to see whether the request have this one or not. I wanted to check this one, okay, whether it has been loaded properly or not. See, I didn't use the semicolons. Okay, now what I wanted to do, SYSO. Okay, now I wanted to see what is my, I'm passing my request. So I'm putting my request and I'll just convert into the JSON string, means to this 2 string I wanted to convert. Okay, I converted into this to the JSON string, because how the JSON string should be, this is how the JSON string should be. It should have double quotes and this the pattern and the comma and all the things. We are trying to convert this particular request into the JSON string. Now let's see and print this. So for the matter of fact, I'll just comment this particular test case. Now we were into the post request, right? So now in this one, so now I have been given this all. So now let's see how this will print for me. So now if you see here, it printed me, okay, author is Prabhas, ID is 15, the title is Rebel Star. That's simple. I use this particular simple JSON object class, and with this class, it extended the hash map and it have the put method. In the put method, I kept this one. Now what I need to do? What I need to do now? So here I have some inputs to give. So now given I was giving that inputs, okay, what is the input which I wanted to give it over here? So given what is this? So this is request body. Okay, into the request body, I'm saying that boss, you take this one. Okay, you take this. And see now what we are trying to do, when we are requesting in the body, we are passing this particular data. The same thing when we are requesting, we are passing that particular body over here. So we have been inserted this particular body over here. Now then dot, now what we wanted to have, then I have been, means I need to post that particular request, right? So now I will be writing it as when, see, given this is the input, and when means I need to perform some operation. Now what is that particular operation? So previously I did get, now I wanted to do post. Now what I need to post here? So now what the values I need to post? So this is the path, I need to post it here. So I have been posted. Now I so given this particular input, when you have been posted this, now what it will happen? Then, okay, boss, I didn't use then. Is it a problem? No. Previously we didn't use the, when. Did it throw an error? No. I changed log here and there. Did it throw an error? No. Is it a sequence which you need to follow? No. You can do it however you wanted, but if you written like this, whoever reads this, they will understand. So now see, given this is an input, when this particular post action has been performed, then what it will happen? Then the status code should be 200 or what?
200.
201. 201. The record should be created. When record
Okay.
is created, it will be having
Not
201. So then once the record is created, boss, I wanted to see the means I wanted to print that, means I'm introducing this rebel star. Now previously it was not there. Now as soon as I have been inserted this, I wanted to see that particular log all, so that I can print that one into the system. That's it. That's it. Now post is also done. 5 minutes it didn't taken for us. See, given given this particular body, and when I have the post request, then I'll get the status code, print that I wanted to do it. So now one thing, see what we are trying to do. So post request we have been selected, this URL I need to requesting it for, and the post body we are giving it. In the body we have been given this one, but one thing we are forgetting it. So last time you remember, right? So if you have been inserted with this JSON, we have, if you don't select this one as a JSON type, it will not take in as a JSON type, it will take as a text. So now what it was means is, here as part of headers, you need to say that, boss, the header type and the body which we have been passed, it was as a JSON format. So now I need to pass my headers also. So if you wanted to pass this your headers, now what you need to do, even that is what your input, right? With your request, you are passing your headers. Now if you see here, you have this particular headers, and in the headers you can give that particular header value. What is that content type, and what is the value of this particular thing? So if you see here, what is the value of this? So this is application/JSON. So I'll be giving this one. So now what we are saying that given, so this is what my inputs, my header is, my content type is JSON. Now you can add all your headers if you want. You wanted to add all these headers, just a simple, now how we have had a dot header, you can have the multiple dot headers. So now if you have this one here, you can come here, you can paste this. So this is how the headers will be set. So now if you see here, I mean, like this, you can add whatever the headers we have it. So for the request, you are setting the header, you're setting your body, and you're passing this particular body over here. When post request, trigger for the post request, then get the status and get me the log all. So these are all the informations you need to do with. So now let's see, as soon as I did, so now we are trying to execute this, and I click the F11. Excellent. Everything is passed. Now we'll see it. So now the first thing is, boss, my post request is ready. Boss, my post request is ready. So now what is first we have been created that request, right? So the author is Prabhas and the ID is 15. Title is the Rebel Star. Now we have been successfully created this particular request. Now for the header, we have been taken this, and then we have been added in part of body, we have been added that particular request. In the header, we have added the content types, and when we triggered it, and then the status code is 201. If you see here, successfully created. See, previously it was coming as 200. Okay, here it is 201 created, because this record is created in successfully into this, and these all your response headers. So now as soon you have been created here, so how you got your all your response headers here, right? The same way all your response headers are printed over here, and now log all. So the log will be printing that, so successfully this particular record is fetched over here. Now just I'll comment this one and see whether it was we are getting this rebel star or not. Okay, even from here also we can do that, right? So now we come here. See, now previously it was not there. So now as soon as I clicked okay, it inserted the 16 now. So I need to get the request. Okay, so now if you see here, we got this particular Prabhas Rebel Star 15, and now by default I clicked 16, so even 16th record also inserted. See, now this is how we have been posted a particular request. So now only 16 is there, right? Now I wanted to insert another one. So now I wanted to insert 17, and I wanted to change this one into okay, duper star. So something I need to keep it, and I wanted to keep it some other name. So triplex I have been given it, and then now let's try to insert that particular record, and then we will see it. So as soon as I clicked something happened, I click something else, F11. What is it? See, how stupid I am. I didn't uncommented this one. Okay, now we commented this. So now you see it. This particular test case started executing it. It passed. So now you see here, this is there, and duper star was inserted, and we are able to get this. And you see here. That's it. So now if you go here, you can see if I get this particular request, see here we can see the last duper star and with this particular values. How easy to do the post request. Now you see here, now we have it, right? So I wanted to print and do the assertion also for this one. So now when I wanted to do print and do the assertion, what I can do here, it is very simple. I can see, I can take this all. Okay, I wanted to verify this one, right? I'll come here, I come to this, and I'll just paste this one here. That's it. Now I'm trying to do all my validations. How we do the validation, it doesn't change. It was quite similar, same. Okay, now what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to post a particular request, and I'm getting the another values and then doing the assertions for this. Now I'll be saying that here now, Duffa star, and then here my all vice. Okay, now I have been given it. So now I have been done the post request, get request, do the assertion with the matchers. Now if I do it this, so you see here, something has been changed. Something has been changed. Failed to post the request. What failed? What failed? Because see guys, already 17 is there.
Yeah.
Now once again I wanted to insert with the 17. So what it was trying to say, it was not allowing me to throw this one. So now the status code, we expected this, it was done this. So now what I need to do, I need to change this one to 18. Simple. Okay, the ID shouldn't be same, because if the same with the same roll number, we can't
This
create anything, right?
also the downside we have to accept, right?
That all accessions are done. If you see here, now
That ID should is
we
13,
got
I
this
guess.
18. Uh,
Yeah, okay.
that will not change. This ID is an
Has
extra ID.
item.
Uh,
Okay,
has
okay,
item, everything is we are doing with the name, right?
okay, okay.
So it was passed now. So if you see here, now you are able to insert, and then we are able to get that request, do the accessions also. Whatever the accession you wanted to have it, you can do the accession. So this is how the get and post request will be done. Now I wanted to do for put request, right? So now what I'll try to do, I'll take this one. How simple is put? You see it here. Nothing else I wanted to do. Now I don't want to do this accession for the put. I'll edit here. I'll go here. Now this is for put request. So now I'll keep this test case for put, and this is what my put request. And if you see here, same base URI, and for put request also, what we will try to do, we'll go to the body. In the body, we will try to make the changes. Now, what I wanted to do, the changes here is, so now if you wanted to keep here, so something we wanted to add it here, right? So now I'll be right, means I wanted to make the change on this one. So what I wanted to make the change, I changed this particular put name. So Dafa star, I wanted to keep, okay, I'll keep my name itself, what's there. So I just kept it. So previously, if I fetch this particular Dafa star from here, if you see here, there is a, if I fetch this Dafa star, it was giving me y. So now what I'll try to do, I change that one to my name. So I just wanted to keep put request, which I wanted to pass it over here. Now this is the body, means this is what my given content type is, this request is this. So now same here, what we are trying to do, content type we have been not changing. In the body, we are trying to change this one, and in this one we used to give that particular ID. Okay, now here this is ID number 18, right? Here what I'll try to do, /18. So I'll be giving that particular ID, and this is not a post request, boss, this is a put request. So that put request I have been kept it over here. Then, and the status code, you'll be getting it 200, not 201, because only for created only you'll get 201. For successful response, you'll get the 200. That's it, guys. Put is done. Put is done. See, now if, oh, it failed, something failed. Let's see what it failed. Expected 5, expected 201. Okay, I think this is executing it. I need to comment this. Okay, so now let's execute once again and see this. See, it updated the first star as Chris. Now, if you see here, now if you go here, get, if you see here, the first star equal to Chris, number 18. So that's simple. So now how you have been done here, nothing. So just the base means whatever the body here you are trying to update. So whatever the changes you wanted to make it. So that particular update you have been made here as a parameter value, and given header, given the body, and you have been passed this particular request, and then when, and then put for which record you wanted to update, and then what is the status code, and log all, you have been kept this here. So now when you have been updated this value for any particular thing you updated, so it will print you, right? See, for an example, now I wanted to update this one, right? So put I have been selected, and I'll be selecting 16th, right? So now for sacrificing star, so neat, I'll be adding it HHH. So now I wanted to update. So now this is for the 16th record. Okay, now as soon as I click this one, so if you see here, this is what my log it was printing. So that is what it was printing over here, and this is what my response headers. If you go to this, this is what my response headers. So now if you wanted to see that one, whether it updated properly or not, get into the get, and then click on this and see here, and you can see here, Sunit, you'll be getting it. Okay, now this is how the put request will work for us, as simple as that. If you learn get, learning put means post would be much more easy. If you learn post, put is nothing but just you need to change that particular method, because put only changes the values. So that values we have been changed it, and we have this. So now last but not least, the required one, so which is delete. So now if you see here, I just copy this one. So till here, copied. And then if you come here, I just add it here. Now I wanted to do it for delete. So delete request. delete delete request. So now if you see here, now I'm doing for delete request, right? So I have been changed into delete registers, and this one all things much more easier, means this is what my base URI. And for this one, for delete, means for example, now I wanted to delete the 17th one. So duper star, I wanted to delete it. So how I'll be doing it? I'll go here, I'll select this delete, and after the post, I'll give the ID. So what is a duper star? It is 17. So I'll be giving it as 17 here. And then as soon as I have been clicked this one, it says that 200 okay. And now we need to see that duper star should be deleted. Now go to the get and see here what it happened. Go to the get, and if you see here, the duper star was deleted. So the same thing now, what we wanted to do from the code also, it is very simple. I'll go here. Now, I don't require anything to be set as a body. Okay. And even I don't wanted anything to be given inputs for this one. Okay. Now I just wanted, when I wanted to give this one as delete. Okay, now I wanted to delete the 18, means the which is the 18. So duffer star. So I wanted to delete this particular duffer star 18, and the status code should be 200 log all. Then that's it. So if you see here, I clicked it. So now you see it failed. It failed for the time request 404. So now let's see. I need to comment this one, guys. All this. Okay, now let's see here. I wanted to, okay, first I'll check whether the duffer star is there or not. So this is a get request, right? So now come here. Oh, already it was deleted. So now I'll take this guy, 16, sacrificing star. So now I'll take this 16, right? So now you see here, I tested, this is there. Now I'll go back here. I'll come here, and I wanted to delete this guy, 16. Okay, so delete post 16. I'll just click this and we will see it. Boss, my delete request is there. See all my response, and it deleted successfully. And then dude, you're awesome. So come here now, get this particular request. See, 16th was deleted. Now I wanted to delete 15. So now come here, just come to change this number 14 to 15. So now you can pass this one as a parameter from your configuration file or JSON file we have discussed last time, right? So these all are parameters. We can pass it from the parameter, and then you see it. So now you have been, if you executed this one, okay, so all others are commented, right? Yes, save, and then click on this, done. It deleted. So now if you go here, get this one, see, Prabhas also gone. So as simple as that, you've seen it, right? How simple is this? Now you do whatever the validations which you wanted to do. Now, what are the API automation validations which we wanted to do it? So that's we wanted to know it. See, now we are able to see, now we whatever we have been tested manually over here, means getting the body response and validating the response body and validating the status code, validating the time, validating the size, and validating the header, the response headers, and then the same way validating the header request headers and the request body. So all these validations we can try to do with it, and it is very simple and very easy in terms of rest assured. Seen, right? Exactly within 5:8 means 5:18 we have been completed this. Means overall we spent 30 minutes for the recapping. So 30 plus another 18 minutes, 48 minutes it taken you to learn the rest assured. In this 48 minutes also we have been discussed about ham cluster for another 5 minutes to 8 minutes. So 40 minutes is enough to learn the rest assured tool. But for if you wanted to learn that tool for within 40 minutes, you need to spend this 9 hours or 8 hours to 9 hours, whatever the time we spent over here. So those all prerequisites, you should learn it. And learning rest assured is very simple, and implementing the rest assured is also very, very simple. And now what you need to do, you need to pass these particular values from the from one configuration file. So means we shouldn't hard code the test data. We need to pass all these particular values from one file to this file, and then you can do it. See, now my test suite is ready. So in this particular test suite, I do have my in this particular test suite, I do have my test cases. I have been created one test case for get, one test case for post and put, and then delete. All my test suite is ready. Now I can call it from my pom.xml file. Pom.xml file will call test.xml file. Test.xml file will call this file. It executes and give me the results back. And you know the beauty of this one, this is how the results will look like. You will definitely, you will love this one once you've seen this. um, if you go for the documents, demo, slides, and here if you come to the reports and API reports, okay, I shall show here web API report. So this is one of the project which you do. So if you see here, so see the reports, how it looks like. See, now this is what one endpoint. For this particular endpoint, now these are the logs. Now if you see here, so this is what the headers. So the header which we have been passed, and then this is what the URL which we have been hit, and this is what the body which we have been given for this, and this is what the response we got it. And we have validated the status code, we validated the time, and then we have been validated the JSON response ID. See how it is. So this is a real
Chris,
time
I have
implement.
one question.
Yep.
Now, for example, if we have to club the UI automation and as well as
Hmm.
the API automation, just I want one, like I'll just ask one question. Like, for example, there is a feature to get number of students. Okay, means if that button is clicked, you will get all the students in the class. So in behind that there is a API to get the students. So how do we fit this and fix it? Like, means how do you compare this now? Means first we'll write the UI automation for get students, and then we call this then we write rest assured case and compare with this two as a assertion.
That's very simple. If you see here, now this is what the get request, right? Now what I'll try to do, as soon as I hit something, means for example, I was performing with a Selenium. So that's the reason always API framework and then web framework should be integrated, so that it would be much more easier to test this integration testing. So now what I'll try to do, these all means here, whatever the lines which I was writing, all lines in this particular lines, all my web automation lines I'll be writing here. And here, now at last, what I wanted to try to do, I wanted to load the value. For an example, number of students. Okay, so this is an integer. So number of students I wanted it. So this value I captured it from the front end. Okay, so or
Okay,
else I'll take the real-time example. So you have some pricing component, right? I taken some price from the front end UI. I need to validate that one. So
correct.
now whatever the price equal to, so the price is integer int pric price. So now the price equal to $30. Okay, this is what the value which I need to, okay, I've given it as integer and I defined it as float. Okay, so now 30. Now I get this particular value. Now I hit the endpoint now. And as soon as I get the endpoint, here I need to compare the value. That's it. I'll pass this particular parameter to this.
Okay,
How
okay,
simple
got it.
is this? That's
Okay.
it. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. So now what we have been discussed for today is so quickly we have been done the previous session. Not it's quickly recap. So it's 30 minutes of recap we have been done, and then we have done with the BDD style approach automation for the get, post, put, and delete. We have done all these particular things for today. I do have only 6 minutes to wind up, so that's the reason I'm not talking about this API automation validation. Actually, this is a wonderful thing. So usually we used to present it for the clients or anyone. So this is what the deck So how we will be validating it, what are the validations we need to do it, and how we perform the API automation. And these are the validations which we wanted to perform. And what are the tools available in the market? What are the open source tools we have it? What are the commercial tools we'll be having it? And how we can integrate, or what are the framework combinations we can use it? And what are the languages we can use it? And what are the supporting framework we can use it? And what are the reports we can have it from this one? So, and the case studies of this one also. All these things we do have it. As of now, with this particular 5 minutes, definitely it will be not achievable. So that's the reason I will keep that only the validation part separately. But we have been done with this particular demonstration. So now this is the last one: tools, different tools in the API automation, and then the validations. So which is what the last one pending. So it will not take much more, maximum 15 minutes to 20 minutes of time, which it will take. Probably, if you guys wanted, I can share that particular deck, or if you guys wanted me to explain, even I can explain